Good evening. I'm KHU11 meteorologist Chris Ramirez. We are tracking some downpours still moving in across southeast Texas. And as we look at Galveston right now, things are mostly quiet. We still have a lot of cars that are bumper to bumper along the seawall, and it's Easter weekend, and folks that are probably along the coast should be really on the lookout of some more of those heavy downpours that are now moving closer in towards our coastal areas. Looking at radar right now, the line of heavy rain is currently moving down 45, moving across League City, as well as some lightning associated with it. So as we lose the daytime heating, we're really seeing those storms weaken, but we're still looking at some heavy rainfall that is continuing to push in towards Galveston currently at the moment. And so it's not the only place that's dealing with some more heavy rain. We have some rain that's now moving in across the city of Houston currently right now. So of course, nuisance showers are for the most part going to be the case, at least for the next 2 hours. But we're going to be looking at still a large swath of rainfall that really is not posing too much of a problem. Our grounds are very dry from the lack of rain that we haven't received for the past few weeks. And so we are definitely getting some much needed rain. But the good news is that we're not looking at any lightning with these storms as they're making their way into Houston. The only lightning that we're looking at is the line of storms that is moving down 45, just crossing League City. And even then, that lightning is actually decreasing with it, which is ultimately meaning that the storm is weakening. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to see some heavy rain approaching our coastal areas here in the next 20 to 30 minutes. And so Texas City right now seeing more of a dry outlook right now, but we're starting to see it, the Santa Fe, even Texas City, looking at the heavy rainfall that's now moving into towards that location, and Galveston ultimately getting another dose of some heavy rain as well, especially within the next few hours. And so we're going to continue to track these showers, and it's going to be ultimately a little bit of a wet and messy evening here as we continue the rest of our Saturday. But we are expecting those conditions to still remain rather wet and soggy out there, especially as we progress through the rest of this evening. So if you're heading out across town, just take it easy on the roadways and give enough space between yourself and the cars in front of you as we progress through the evening, because roadways are still going to be slick and wet. And so as we look at future track, storms pushing off the coast between 10:30 and 11 p.m. We will still see some lingering showers in and across the Houston area as we head into the early morning hours of Easter Sunday. But for the most part, that rain will be wrapping up by 6 o'clock in the morning and eventually clearing out and moving to the south as this cold front is going to start bringing in a surge of cooler temperatures for tomorrow for Easter Sunday. So as we look at the future temps, we are going to see those temps drop into the 50s as you head out the door for Easter Sunday. So you might even need a light jacket going into tomorrow morning, especially if you're heading out for Easter services or Easter gatherings for the morning hours, or maybe you're heading out to those parks in the Houston area to try to grab that coveted gazebo that we often do here across the Houston area. And so just keep in mind that we are going to be looking at some cooler temperatures on the way for Sunday, and high temps quite pleasant, upper 60s, low 70s. I think we're going to see a quite fantastic Easter afternoon heading into tomorrow evening, but we are going to see the end of the rain chance for the most part, especially as we head into Easter Sunday afternoon. So high temps likely to get up to about 68, maybe close to 70 degrees. So as we celebrate Easter, we are going to see it to about close to 70 with some breezy conditions that are going to be moving in, especially once this front continues pushing on through across the area. So the good news is that we're getting some much needed rain out of all this. We haven't seen any damaging winds. I think the highest wind speeds that we've seen with the storms as they tracked across Houston was between 35 and 40-mile-an-hour winds. Of course, that's still enough to cause a few power outages and probably blow around some loose items in your yard, but we are expecting it to be a bit calmer, especially for Sunday, for Easter Sunday, especially as we head into the afternoon hours. High temps in the upper 60s. We will be warming up into the upper 70s for much of next week, with lows still falling into the 50s. So our mornings are still going to be a little bit chilly. You may need those sweaters heading out the door, but we're also tracking even more rain chances by Thursday and Friday, ultimately into next weekend, as our weather pattern setup is going to be a little bit messy, especially for the next couple of weeks, as indicated on the Climate Prediction Center's outlook that they just released. As we look at that Climate Prediction Center outlook, they're calling for wetter than normal conditions for a large portion of the country as we head into April 10th to April 14th, and that does include a large portion of Texas, which is good news because the large portion of the state is still enduring some increasing drought conditions across town. So definitely take it easy on those roadways. We are looking at rainfall still currently happening here here across the Houston area. And if you are in Galveston, or if you know any loved ones in Galveston, so we're not looking at any strong storms, but we're about to see that heavy rain now moving into the Galveston area here in the next 20 to 30 minutes as those storms continue to push south of League City. But the good news is that we're getting rid of the lightning. The lightning is decreasing with those storms as we lose daytime heating as we head into the overnight hours. But behind it, we're still looking at some moderate to heavy showers that are currently happening across the city of Houston, which is ultimately causing some wet roadways. So be extra cautious out there if you are traveling this evening. As we go into the next couple of hours, we still are expecting some more of that rainfall to be happening even behind it along I-10, even towards Columbus. But we still are not out of the woods yet in terms of the heavy rainfall that's happening as we go into the overnight hours. And so, of course, for the next 7 days, high temps just a little bit cooler for the start of our next week, with it to be a little bit chilly for as we start our Easter Sunday. But going into the middle of the week, we will be back in the 80s, and we're going to be tracking even more rain chances for next weekend. So that's all I have for you for our latest weather update. Make sure to tune in tonight on the KHOU 11 News at 10 so to get the latest news and weather updates, as well as your forecast and what to expect when it comes to these next rain chances for the end of the week by Thursday and Friday. Again, I'm meteorologist Chris Ramirez. Have a good and safe rest of your Easter weekend. And as always, you can get the latest weather forecast on KHOU.com and on the KHOU 11 app.